we have to make this world a better place. And it was very difficult for me. And I wanted to quit.
So there were moments of doubt.
Yeah, big time. I failed and it was shocking for me. Sometimes to succeed, you don't have to be smart. Just the hard work sometimes is enough. And I believed in the cause. I didn't choose the specific field. It chose me. Take the risks. Just do it.
In our very first episode of Masters Unplugged, we are truly honored to host true Renaissance man of sustainability. He is an associate professor and head of chemical engineering department at University of Jeddah. He is a PhD in sustainable energy from University of Nottingham. He is also a co-founder of mental health and sports initiatives, and he is also a serial entrepreneur driving sustainable solutions right here in our community. He is none other than brilliant Dr. Mustafa Al-Sadi. Mustafa, it is an absolute honor to host you in our first episode of Masters Unplugged. We've been planning this for a while, and I'm really glad that we are finally doing it today. How are you doing?
Thank you for hosting me. And I'm doing very well. Had a great day. And from the morning, I'm looking forward for this podcast.
Let's start at the beginning, as early as your school days, as early as your childhood memories. How was your childhood? And what was the motivation or the spark to become the real master that you have become, Alhamdulillah, now?
Alhamdulillah. So I really had a great childhood. I had a very warm family. I'm the middle child. Okay. I have two older brothers and younger siblings. One, my sister, and the youngest brother also. So we had a great family, great childhood. And from early on, I had always my parents supporting me. My mom used to teach me a lot. I made her like trouble a lot. So she used to teach me and shout on me, and I don't know. We should ask her. And my father was always supporting, and he believed me and even he always told me, "Oh, you are smart. You can be a professor. You can do it. You can go do master degree." So I moved after high school. Immediately, I went to Germany.
Wow.
And it was very difficult for me, and I wanted to quit. And not really quit. I doubt myself.
So there were moments of doubt.
Yeah, big time. I doubt if I should take something easier. Right, it was difficult, far from family. I was 17, even as
Yeah.
I entered school early.
Okay.
So I finished school like not even 18. So I went to Germany. My big brothers, the two of them, they were also in Germany actually. So
Okay.
it helped, but still it was it's difficult.
Yes. Did you
Uh,
know any word of German
no,
or English?
English. I know. I knew English from school.
Okay.
Not single German word. But then I went and I did first 6 months a language
Course.
course. So in a language institute,
Okay.
and then I applied to university, and I got admitted to a university. I was all like, for me, it was too fast. Everything was too fast, and then challenging because okay, even in the language institute, they teach you English, German, but the usual German. I went into engineering, and that was the technical German.
Yes.
So it's completely different. So it was very difficult. I studied here in Arabic school. So even math was in Arabic. X plus Y.
Yeah.
So it's completely different. So first year, especially the first year, I had a lot of that.
Okay.
So my father and I had always the support of my best friend Rashad. Uh, they always support me and they always believed in me also.
Yes. So great. Mustafa, so what were the subjects of your bachelor? And was the curriculum also in entire curriculum in German?
Okay, so the subject was, it's called process engineering and energy technology. So that's my bachelor degree, the major. It was 70% in German and 30% in English.
So were you always inclined towards process engineering?
So I was good at school,
Okay.
to say the
Alhamdulillah.
least. Yeah, alhamdulillah. And again, there, as they say, there's a reason for everything. I
Yeah.
found out I didn't choose engineer. I didn't choose the specific field. It chose me,
Yeah.
right? So because so I knew I don't want to do medicine, and I think if you talk to engineers, they will tell you we don't memorize a lot, you
Yeah.
know. So that's we solve problems, and we have a way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
But we don't memorize a lot. Again, I was good in math. I was good in physics. So I was okay. What can I do? Then I found this major, and it was very interesting for me, especially the energy part, because I knew at that time it was related to renewable energy, and at that time it was completely new. Like, yeah, and that was 2001.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
There were no ESG, no
Nothing,
sustainable
you
development
know,
goals,
nothing, nothing.
nothing.
But Germany were advanced, and so they taught us both, like process engineering, whereas chemical engineering, right? And even the how to integrate actually the renewable energy technology into the process engineering. So that was my bachelor
Okay.
and master degree.
Okay. And
Yes.
more focus on sustainable energy in your master's.
Yes, it was more focused. It was, of course, and that's a nice thing. Maybe when I finished my bachelor at the in the last year in my bachelor, like I was thinking, did I have enough? Was this enough for me? Like, from a knowledge perspective, like, no, I want to know more.
Wow.
You know, like I want to know more about my field, more, go deeper into some of the topics, and that's why I said, okay, I want to do a master, and yeah, that's why I did the master program actually.
So you were really curious to know more, to learn more. And Mustafa, sometimes it happens that when you have a disruptive innovation or disruptive idea that is around the corner, some people come and, you know, take that leap of faith towards that um, innovation. And
Mhm.
some people cast their doubts that this might work, this might not work, let's just not wait. In your case, sustainability in 2001 was literally a developing idea around in the market.
Cool.
Were you ever doubtful that this is not gonna, especially where we come from in our region?
Yeah, yeah, because which is true, completely true. But and maybe that's one of the things that always also helped me going forward. I'm an optimistic person, so I'm optimistic that things will happen, good things. Good things will happen, and I believed in the cause from a young age. Even is like I was always thinking, why we're here. We have to make this world a better place. So that's what was always my thinking when even when I was a young kid. And I was thinking, okay, so how to make it a better place? And I think if you look, even maybe we'll speak later about the entrepreneurship, it all has the same thing. Like, how can I make the community, the society, the world better place?
Awesome. This is such a noble cause. And I am really happy to know that at a young age, in university days, you had two things. A, it's a curiosity. As Simon Sinek once said, he also wrote a book, Start with Why.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you had a very clear focus that whatever am I doing, start with why.
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes. That's the biggest question you should ask yourself. Like,
absolutely.
why I'm doing this,
Yes.
why I'm
Perfect.
here.
Perfect. Perfect. So, Mustafa, You did your bachelor's, you did your sustainable energy in masters as well. Then you came back to Saudi Arabia.
Yes, I came back to Saudi Arabia, and I worked for a short time in Germany in research and development. And then I came back to Saudi, and I'm kind of was interested, like, I want to work in sustainability. And there's no jobs in sustainability at that time. So there was no jobs in sustainability, but I still wanted to work in sustainability. So that's why I refused any other job uh, related to my field. Okay. I joined first PwC. So as a consultant, a junior consultant, and we're doing project management. So
Okay.
completely far from my
What
field.
you had done
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your bachelor's and
yeah,
masters.
yeah. And I didn't stay long. I stayed for around 9 months, maybe around 9 months. But I was interested in actually academia.
Yes.
So okay, again, there was no a lot of options for me in sustainability. I could have done the chemical engineering by itself, but I was no. I wanted to do either renewable energy, sustainability. So I applied actually for the university for to be a lecturer, but I didn't receive any like feedback, email, nothing. While I was working in PwC, I was in Riyadh. I received a phone call actually, and they said tomorrow you have an interview. So I told them I'm in Riyadh. Give me 2 days, and then I took a flight from Riyadh back to Jeddah. They didn't tell me interview actually, right? They told me come meet the dean. So I came casual. I'll meet the dean. Then I went inside his office. I found a committee for hiring committee. Yeah, and I had an interview for the position, and since then I joined the University
Of Jeddah.
of Jeddah, University of Jeddah.
Nice. So you also had your 9 months in corporate, and then you finally landed where your heart truly was.
Again, the academia is completely different than the corporate world.
Absolutely.
And I understand both. My father is a businessman, so I used to go with him to the office, and I know how corporate works. And it's not my thing, to say the least. But I mean, even from the master, by the way, I loved research. So in master, usually you have a research project. So when I did the research project, I loved it. And I said, wow, I love, because in the research, you have to read a lot, and it's your own thing. You know, you go read, and then write. And then if there's experiments, you have to do the experiments. So I loved it. And I said, okay, this is what I like, and what I want to do more. Corporate, you know more than me, right? So
Yeah.
spending, I don't know, 12 hours at working. And by the way, this is something else I think pulled me towards academia, where I always looked for balance. So balance between family, work, and even time for yourself. I always try to find this balance until today. We say something in chemical engineering, and specifically a topic called thermodynamic. uh, There's no balance.
So, Mustafa, it's an inspiring journey so far. So, you are in University of Jeddah now. You have your dream job. You want to help community. You want to help people, students, and you are closer to sustainability, which is what your forte is. When did you decide to do your PhD and that too in UK?
Yeah, so when I joined University of Jeddah as a lecturer, they gave me the opportunity. So they told me, okay, you can get a scholarship and do your PhD and continue your education. Then they told me, because I'm in their chemical engineering department, they told me those are the fields that we want you to specialize, and none of them were sustainability. So I had to convince the chairman of chemical engineering that I want to do this. Then they told me, you know what? Okay, we'll give you time to think first. And that's why they told me, okay, you go do an English course first.
Okay.
In Texas, actually.
In
In
Texas.
Texas A&M,
Okay.
in College Station. And they told me go there for a few months and try to apply to different universities in the US. And I did. I went there around 6 months and I applied for different universities. But I applied for University of Nottingham in UK. And because I searched for so I chose the topic of my PhD. So if you're aware of PhD, in the UK, you choose a supervisor. So you choose
Absolutely.
the supervisor and you choose the topic, or he can also work with you on a topic. I applied for Nottingham. I got accepted in University of Nottingham. Then I went back to the University of Jeddah and I told them, listen, I got accepted in a top 10 UK universities. So, and I was happy because it was on renewable energy.
Yes.
That's why I went to the UK after.
Okay. Perfect. So, Mustafa, now I am not an engineer.
Okay.
And most of my audience, I don't know if they're engineers or not. So I'll read it because I couldn't memorize this.
Okay.
So your PhD focused on novel parabolic trough
Okay.
for solar energy using nanofluids. What does this mean to you, and why was this interesting for you?
So it's interesting. By the way, the nanofluid part, I did research on it in my master. So
Okay.
it's where I got really interested with the topic
Okay.
of nanofluid. And nanofluid basically, in a simple words, it's a fluid with nanoparticles. We mix them together. So that's the idea. You create a liquid with nanoparticles with a homogeneous mixture, and then you change the property of the fluid.
Okay.
So the fluid now has super properties.
Okay.
And then I was also interested again in the renewable energy. So came the solar collector. Parabolic trough is actually a specific solar collector. It uses mirrors where the solar radiation, the sun rays hit the mirror and then to be reflected to a specific point. Okay? And then from this point, with the liquid, we try to absorb as much of the solar radiation as possible. And then in my research, I've changed a few things. I'm trying to make it simple for the audience and you.
Yes, please.
So I use this. So those nanoparticles are made from iron oxide. So that's the idea was if I can control the movement of this liquid, of the particles inside the liquid, to come closer where the sun radiation is hitting specifically, then I can absorb as much as possible solar radiation. So I did my work was experimental. So
Okay.
there's theoretical and experimental. Experimental meaning I built this parabolic trough in the lab, as we call it lab scale. So I built it and I run tests and we got the results. Results were really good.
Wow. So
Yeah.
what happens when the PhD is successful or the experiment is successful? What happens to the project that you do?
So usually it's a continuous thing. It will not stop by me, and so usually there's someone else will come after me and will continue this specific topic, for example. And for sure, is like in every PhD there should be something unique, different in the PhD. So he should repeat my work, but then add something new to it. Hopefully, the University of Nottingham they continue doing working on my project.
Okay. So, Mustafa, tell us, we have only watched in televisions and the TV series about PhDs. How is that feeling when you are declared Dr. Mustafa?
Yeah, I felt very proud of myself, grateful for everyone, and of course to Allah uh, that He guided me towards all of this and made it easy for me. I mean, somehow I think that PhD is not that difficult, but maybe that's how I think. But it's the hard work you put in. So the time I spend on reading, trying my best to fix the problems that I faced during my PhD, and again being optimistic, it will work. Yeah, even though it doesn't look like it, but I was thinking, okay, we might change this, and then it will work. So I was very proud that this is over, Alhamdulillah, and it felt really great, and it's always great to come back to that moment and feel, oh, okay. It's because it's a long journey, because
Yes.
you think about it. I've been into education system
Yeah.
and trying to reach to this level for a long period of time.
Yes.
So when you feel, okay, it's over,
Yes.
finally. And I also, for me, I felt because I stayed 9 years in Germany, right? 9 years in Germany. I came back to Saudi, 1.5 year maybe, not
Yeah.
more than that. And then I went back to US, then to UK. And again, so the total around 14 years.
You've stayed out.
Yeah. And I wanted to go back. Yeah, like, oh, okay, it's time to settle. Go back and settle. Sometimes you forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always to relive those moments. And also, Mustafa, I mean, I completely agree with you. PhD, you said it's easy, but I'm sure it's not easy. It's a lot of hard work, as you also mentioned. But what really stands out about you is doing PhD in theoretical kind of problem is much simpler, but doing in chemical engineering, sustainable energy, and that too an experimental PhD, it's quite rare. And I'm personally extremely inspired by your story.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I mean, again, so I love what I'm doing.
Yes.
That's a thing. Maybe also you can actually, if you love what you're doing, so even if it's difficult, you will get it because you enjoy it. You don't mind spending hours on solving a problem. Maybe others will get bored of it or they'll think it's impossible. Where I found myself with experimental work is more interesting for me. Being in a lab, testing things, trying to fix things. And by the way, I've learned a lot. And anybody who worked on PhD, experimental PhD, they will tell you the same.
Collaboration
Yeah,
was
yeah,
also
and
needed.
yeah, we did a lot of collaboration. I went to another university, Newcastle,
Okay.
University of Newcastle, just to understand
Yeah.
something.
Wow. See?
Yeah.
So there are all the great reasons to be inspired by experimental PhDs.
Yeah, it is very interesting. To be honest, that's my passion, and that's what I wish to continue actually.
Yes.
So we're working towards more research, more experimental research. University of Jeddah is a small university, startup university, if
Yeah.
we can call
Yeah.
it. So we're building our research facility, our equipment. We're working towards this. Again, we do a lot of theory. Maybe but sustainability is still we're on an early stage, I think.
Yes.
So I had to move back because if you look into my PhD topic, it's way advanced that even the normal solar collector are not yet implemented,
Exactly.
right? So I had to go to not only to theory but even to policies. Yes, because you know how big is policies in sustainability,
Yes.
right? There's no there are some rules here and there, but there's still not everyone agreed on one standard or
Mm.
one framework. So I had to move from pure technical. So I was pure technical towards also management policies,
Yes.
or even so the entire ESG.
Perfect. So, Mustafa, you excelled at your academic journey. What motivated you to come towards the entrepreneurial journey? I mean, you are a co-founder of a great initiative of Team Up for mental health as well as sports. So why the initiatives for a pure academic guy? How was the journey from being an academic to a entrepreneur?
It started before I became actually in academia. So it started. I played basketball
Okay.
when I was a kid, and my partner, with the co-founder, and my best friend that I told you that he supported me during my
Yeah.
difficult times, Rashad. So he's 4 years older than me, and he used to be kind of my coach in basketball and somehow in life, I'll say,
Okay.
right? So it's a good thing. I had a mentor. So I had my father always supporting me,
Okay.
but I had also someone else closer to my age, okay,
Yes.
older than me, but closer to my age, which he supported me a lot. And so we played basketball when I was in high school, and there was no tournaments. We just go pick up games. Like you go call your friends, let's meet, let's play basketball. So I felt like something is missing,
Yeah.
right? So when I came back from Germany, we had an idea. You know what? Let's give the opportunity for the new generation to play basketball, to have this opportunity that we didn't have. We offered them something special. So that's how we started Team Up. So Team Up Sports came first, and it came up as an idea, and we did even the first tournament. And I was working in the university. I went to PwC, then I joined university, and we did this company. We started this company, and we did the first tournament. Then I left to the US.
Okay.
And my friend Rashad, he's on a wheelchair. So, and is a part-time job also. So it's a hobby. It started as a hobby.
Okay.
That's something we like. Let's do something we like, but let's do it in a legal way. Let's say in a
Yeah.
company, and that's how we started. And with this one tournament, we actually did few tournaments. We got even the first certified tournament from the International Federation.
Wow.
This business started with zero budget, zero. Like, okay, we need to go to a CR, register the company, and it's okay. It's a part-time job, so it's fine. There's no expenses. But then it was a good idea because we studied the market in the same time. So we were looking at, okay, let's do it this way. Let's study the market. We found out, okay, especially the idea was we do different sports, not one sport. But in the same time, we were like, let's do something we like the most, which is
Basketball. Yeah.
right? So we started, and then we looked into, okay, who joined us, from which background they are. Are there a lot of people who plays basketball? Why there's no people play basketball? And then we recognized that no, we have to offer not the tournament. Actually, we have to go even starting from the grassroots track, from the kids, and we
Okay.
have to offer basketball for kids. And that's why I convinced my wife to study her PhD in sports science. So she switched from not completely. So she studied bachelor in special needs, master in special needs, and then during her master, again she had a research project. And I told her, why you don't do a project, specific research about sports for special needs?
Yes.
She did it. She liked it, and then she went, okay, I want to do PhD in this topic also.
Awesome. So husband and wife are PhDs.
Yeah, both,
Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah. So she did her PhD, and then when we came back to Saudi, I told her, you're now the expert. You have PhD in sports science, so you lead the team up for sports. And then she led team up for sport, specifically for the special need program. So we
Yes.
have sports program for special needs. And she started in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, mashallah, we are growing. And again, I think an idea bring another idea. So a lot of the parents started talking to us in general. My kid has this problem. My kid this, especially we are dealing with the kids between let's say 9 years old to 16 years old, and some of the parents will always ask us for advice. And okay, my friend, my best friend Rashad, he has master in counseling. So I was like, okay,
Everything is
as
with you
everything
guys.
fits, everything fits. So we told him, you know what? Why don't we open a new sister company? We call Team Up Mental Health. Again, if you look into what we do, we serve the community. We saw a need for it in the community, and we said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's start a company
Awesome.
that do mental health.
Yes.
And that's how we started even mental health.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mustafa, this team up for mental health, it is a mix of therapy sessions, counseling. Tell us more about what it does, the team up for mental health.
So yes, we have counseling and therapy, and we have even group sessions. We also help a wide range of ages and group of people. So we do help kids even from a young age. That's why we have even if you come to our center, we have a center. You'll have specific rooms for kids only,
Mm-hmm.
or the sessions with the kids where they have even toys inside to let them
Mm-hmm.
play and feel comfortable in a comfortable environment. And also we have therapy for adults. We call it support. We're trying to support the family
Okay.
in all aspects. Yeah. So we have even marriage counseling. Usually our counselor, each one is specialized in a specific area or field. Rashad himself, he deals with kids and adults, marriage counseling also.
Okay. Awesome. So it's both in English and Arabic.
Both in both languages.
Awesome. No, it's very noble. I think the idea of mental health initiative and also the sports initiative, giving back to society, really is a great thing. And doing it in a proper manner, doing it in a manner that is legal, doing it in a manner that actually gives back to society. And I think it's very, very noble.
So that's the idea. Like us as a human, we need, I think, those things. We need to be physically active. We need, actually, I think people are more aware nowadays, and we see the trend of people are more aware of, okay, the how we used to think, everyone used to think, a mental, oh, I'm not sick, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the end we all
Need
need
help.
support. Yeah,
Yes.
we need help. We need sometimes just to discuss with someone.
Hmm.
And when you recognize this, and I think we've seen it, we have even kids, especially they do sports and they do the mental health, and it really helped them with their life, with their school, even with their social life. And I think that's the what brings actually happiness to us, to see the results, even in academia, even in sports, even in mental health.
It's very satisfying, very
It
fulfilling
is.
to see
Alhamdulillah.
y- kids grow up and then they join and they go places.
And I think which brings me to something really shaped the way I think, even the way I work. And I think sport helped a lot, because in sport I wasn't the best player, to be honest, which is something also good. I learned losing from an early age. Like, okay, we lost. Well, okay, what we need to do to win?
Win.
Now in school, it's way better than when I was in school. But how did I learn teamwork? Learn communication, because if you play in a team sports, yeah, you need to talk to the people with you. Okay, you need to cover this person. I'll come here. You will figure out. Oh wow, communication is so important. And even now, if you connect all of those things, when we now put what are the top skills needed for people graduating from chemical engineering, the technical will not be number one. Yeah. So communication, teamwork will come as first, maybe. Right. So, and that's one way of we're helping people actually to
Exactly.
succeed.
Absolutely. Instilling the habit of playing sports from as early as possible
True.
so that you learn those very critical life skills, I'd
Yes.
say, teamwork, as you said, collaboration, communication, and it actually really helps. So, Mustafa, as a startup co founder, what is the single biggest challenge from the time you have an idea on your paper versus the idea turns into the reality?
Okay, so again, I think how much effort and time you will put in this idea. And I mean, and until today, it's very difficult for a lot of people, okay, to put time and effort on a single thing. You know, like I have an idea. And if you talk to people, a lot of people, oh, I have an idea. But do they implement it? And that's like a question, you know? And I think so. You have an idea. Do you put the time and effort, okay, to try to make it succeed, okay? And are you willing to live with the consequences of that or no? And I think so. If you put time and effort, uh, things will be easier. And again, you have to be an optimistic in those cases. You have to be optimistic that, okay, again, I'll face so many challenges on the way. I mean, innovation is very difficult. And like if you're talking about academia and even how many ideas went to, we call it commercialized, right? It's very difficult. But are you willing to put time and effort to keep trying, keep willing to improve this thing, to make it really to reach to this level or no?
Mustafa, I wanted to take you back to sustainability. In your opinion, what role does sustainability play in this region as well as this world?
I think sustainability is very, very important. And you can call it a framework that thinks about the future generation, right? What are we really doing to the environment, to the society? Okay. Are we living a good life? And I think that's what sustainability is. And that's where it will lead us, actually. I think we're still developing the sustainability. I think there are good initiatives and there are good standards, and it will take time to see it become the result. The outcome is not today, is not tomorrow. It's not something we implement today and tomorrow we'll see it. Okay, it's a long term. It's something we will leave for our grandchildren, maybe, right? And hopefully they will thank us for it, right? So, for specifically, if we talk about the region, I think Saudi is doing a great job with the Green Initiative, Saudi Green Initiative, and the Middle East Green Initiatives. Saudi is moving towards a great position themselves as a top in
Yes,
sustainability.
absolutely.
And the world, the entire world, is moving towards this, right? And it will make it's a transparency, right? I know how much we are impacting the earth. I know if I buy something, right? This is the future of sustainability. If I buy a phone, I know exactly how much this phone impacted the earth. It will come to our decision, whether I'll buy this phone or this phone based on how much impact it made.
So you do see a future where this will be a differentiator for buying behavior.
I think in the future, yes. So now they first will implement it on companies, actually. So they will let the private sector first. When they deal with suppliers, no, I have to know the impact. And there will be even, I think, regulations on, let's say, I'll not call it a penalty, but initiative to buy from lower impact material.
Okay, perfect. So, Mustafa, I wanted to go back and ask, reflecting on your journey, whether it is in academia or in entrepreneurship, what has been the single biggest challenge that you still remember, and how did you overcome that?
I think during my time in Germany, And I think because I went in a young age, it was difficult for me. I mean, I enjoyed Germany later on, but the first 2 years for me in Germany was the most difficult time for me, was the most challenging. You have to imagine, I've never failed a subject. I've never had a bad grade in my school. Okay. So when I joined the university, so I did the language was nice. Doing language courses are really nice. Okay. Then I joined the university, and you have to know it's a German university. So the level of, for example, self-learning, they give you name of the book, and then you have to go to the library, you have to read, you have to figure out things by yourself. Was so difficult for me to adopt. So the first year I failed few subjects. I don't remember how many, right? And it was shocking for me. It was like, again, can I do it? Maybe it's too much. And I've learned this from actually German mentality that sometimes to succeed, you don't have to be smart. Just the hard work sometimes is enough. I think that was difficult for me because so there was the university and personal. Like now I have to cook. The first 6 months I was with my brothers in the same city. So I was kind of still they take care of me. Then I went to university, different city. I have to do everything by myself. I'm responsible now.
On that, what is the one piece of advice that you would like to give to a young Saudi who wants to follow your footsteps?
My advice it's believe in yourself, be optimistic. You'll get challenges. You'll everyone face challenges. It's not always peaceful and nice, and we always face challenges. Be consistent, work hard, and keep working.
Awesome. So, Mustafa, we have covered most of our interview, professional, academia,
Yeah.
and this. So, we'll now move to the last round, which is called a lightning round. It's a short, simple, sweet answers. So, you can give it to us. So, ready?
Yes.
Perfect. So, what's the non negotiable habit for success for you personally?
Sports.
Sports.
I mean, now going to the gym.
Perfect. What's your one of the most favorite book that you would recommend readers to read?
So I'll not tell them technical books.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, because even me, I don't like to read them. I mean, not necessarily for fun. You know, I like to read novels, so that's where I enjoy most of my free time reading novels. So Les Miserables, it's an old classic book, but I love it. I
Okay.
kind of love the story. I love the ending. It's very dramatic, by the way.
Okay.
I love this book.
Awesome. And what's the one piece of personal advice you would like to give?
To live a healthy life, I think should everyone's goal. And then we have to talk about what's a healthy life. My health, my family, my work, and faith, right? So those things are important to me. And not only important, but I always try to give time for each one of them. Meaning, I work, sometimes I work also with 12 hours, but actually, I try my best. No. So I work enough that I can spend time with my family, that I can still go to the gym
Yeah.
because it's not negotiable,
Yes.
right? And also have my own time. So I try to balance.
And with that, what is the one financial advice you would like to give to people to start as early as possible?
So yeah, and the financial advice, I would say you start as early as possible with saving, with trying to even go. It's okay, especially if you're young and you can take risks,
Yeah.
right? Invest in stocks, invest in. You can take risks. The more you grow up, you will see it's harder to take those risks.
Yes.
Okay, the more responsibility you have,
Yes.
the harder you take this risk. And I've seen like I have friends and even me like okay, if you tell me now to start, for example, a risk of starting new entrepreneurship, and it's more difficult for me. So from a young age, take the risks.
Yes.
You're still young.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yes.
And live the experience.
Yeah.
Like it's an experience, right? You will learn from the meaning experience. You will learn a lot. And that's another thing I talked about. The most difficult time for me was the university, and for a period of time, I considered that time was a failure. I failed 1 year or went but then when I came back later on, I found, I learned a lot in that year. Okay, academically, education wise, I stayed the same place. But experience in life,
yes,
I've learned a lot.
Yes.
And sometimes I was, I wish I succeeded in that. Just because I think as a young person, you want to finish fast. I want to finish immediately. At 4 years, I want to finish my bachelor. I want to go fast. But I think give everything its own time.
I have been very inspired by your academic journey, your stories about Germany, then your Texas story, then going to Nottingham, then also your mental health and sports initiatives, doing PhD in experimental side of the academia. I'm literally inspired, and I am really sure that the audience watching will definitely be more than inspired by this. You have given us a great advices, financial, personal, and we are very, very, very honored to have you as our first guest of Masters Unplugged.
Thank you. It's my honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Pleasure hosting you here. Thank you.
Thank you.